Flosstube. It's me, Elizabeth from The Silver Scissor. This is my Flosstube channel about cross stitch and other craft things I've been doing. My Instagram, if you want to follow me there, is The Silver Scissor Sews. And I hope everybody's healthy. Things have kind of exploded in the last week as far as the coronavirus is concerned. And so I've got all of my kids home with me today, 5 kids plus my husband working at home. And yeah, so we are all here. So hopefully you won't hear people running above me. I'm in my basement, or I've got this door that you can see goes out to my kids' playroom, or there's a door next to, well, like on the other wall across from it, that goes to our TV room. Hopefully you won't be able to hear them. I can hear them now. I've got one little boy, my first grader, is upstairs doing, Scholastic has some language arts lessons that they have put online for free during this time, and I can hear somebody running, and he's up there doing that. I've got my 5th grader is doing math, just her regular math program from school, online at the moment, and so hopefully that'll keep her busy for a moment. My 2 older boys are doing homework. Our schools are going to start doing online school in some form. We don't know exactly what on Wednesday, but today and tomorrow are kind of break days. I did have my kids read. We just got done reading. I had done my hair this morning, but after laying there reading with my kids for an hour, this is what it looks like. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you something first that I've been meaning to show you for the last couple videos, but haven't. So it is this. This is Lizzie Kate's As For Me in My House. And I had seen this at Shepherd's Bush. This was actually their wall model that they had. I had seen it and wanted to stitch it, but it wasn't necessarily #1 on my wish list, so I hadn't bought it. They every year on New Year's Day have a sale, like a New Year's Day sale. And they'll sell models that they don't have the things for anymore. They'll sell patterns that are older, things like that. So I had gone in, and this was for sale for $30. And I figured I can't even frame it for $30. So I bought it. It's all finished up, and I didn't even have to stitch it. So I felt like that was a great deal for this, because I believe the kit alone was like $20 that came with the floss, and maybe it was just the linen and the pattern, I can't remember, but anyway, I thought $30 was a great deal for this. So if you are close and you live in Utah, go to Shepherd's Bush on New Year's Day, because they've got some great things that are fairly inexpensive. My daughter bought a whole bunch of Lizzie Kate older patterns that were they were like half off or something, and they were just the little tiny ones. I want to say they were like $2 each or something. So I have been dyeing fabric lately, and I need your help if you guys have any tips for me. It was really fun, but for some reason it looks more purple than I intended it to be. So I used Rit dye, and this is how it started, was this 32 count Belfast linen. I just bought this at Hobby Lobby, and I've been waiting and waiting for it to go on sale so I could buy more than one for 40% off. They have a lot of times I know that their other cross stitch stuff goes on sale for 50% off, so I'm hoping to be able to stock up one day and get some for 50% off, but they have not had one in the last several weeks. Anyway, so that is what this was before. And it is, I guess you can kind of see it's a little bit purpley there. I did taupe as the base, and then I did the dark brown for a second color over the top, and it is just, I don't know how well you can see, but does it look pink to you? It looks pink to me. Not bright pink, but like a brownish pink. I do not know what the deal is. I don't know how well it's showing for you guys. It is a little wrinkly. I have ironed it. It just is still staying a little bit wrinkly. One of them, this other one, let me show you, is even darker. This one I left in longer, and it is very, very dark. I don't know. But if you can figure out why taupe and dark brown would equal purple, let me know. It's like a pinky, purpley, maroony color. And this piece I really, really like. I just don't know what I'm gonna use it for. And I want colors that are a little more neutral. Can you guys see? I may use it, I'll show you. I bought the new Blackbird book, and there are some that the fabric does look a little pinky, and I may see how it looks on that, see how those look on this. But I would like to do something a little more not pink. So if you can tell me what the deal is, I'd appreciate it. I did this piece, and I did this, I wanted for it to be the teal, and the teal rip dye color, and then the dark brown modeling a little bit on it, and it still turned out purple. I did the teal, and then it looks purple, and I cannot tell for you guys how purpley it looks. Anyway, I actually went back in again after it was all done and had dried and everything, and I could see what color it was, and I did more teal. I did the full thing in teal over the whole thing, and that toned it down a little bit. And then I did some gray modeling on top of it, and it does not look as purpley pinky as this does now, or as it did. So hopefully I will be able to use this for something. Yet again, I don't know what, but I was just kind of experimenting with color. I'd like to make some fun Halloween looking things. I think that would be fun. Anyway, I did go after I was done, and I went and got the camel color, and I soaked these ones with that are really purpley in it again, but it still didn't seem to tone it down enough as much as I would have liked. So if you have any tips for the correct colors, I really would like something that looks kind of like Oaken by Picture This Plus. I would like to find, or I'd like to figure out how to do that, because I think that's probably my favorite. This one I did not dye myself, but I bought this for some of my market patterns. This is Velt from Picture This Plus, and I don't know how well you can see it. It's kind of a golden brown, but also you can see it really well down here. And it doesn't look like it's showing up very well, but it has a little bit of teal modeling in it. Let me see if I can find a bigger. You can kind of see this corner down here has got quite a bit, but I absolutely love it. And I have one that I finished, just a tiny one that I'll show you in a minute. So anyway, if you have ideas as to what colors to use to make something that looks like this, I would love to have that. Okay, let's see. So since I have last seen you, I have finished quite a few things. Well, I finished stitching a few things, but I've also done just finished, like this one. This one is, and it needs to be ironed, obviously. It has been ironed, and then I put it in my purse to go look for supplies. So this is what you have now. This is the Strawberry Stitcher, and this is from Sub Rosa. And I'm really into sewing related things right now because I've got this whole cabinet behind me to fill. It's only got one in it right now. I've got another thing that I think I'm gonna put up on a shelf in here. But I wanna get some of my sewing related things done because now I have a place to put them. I think I will be making this into a flat fold. The only color that was called for in here is this, and it is Wild Berries, and I believe it's Color and Cotton, and it's the strawberries in this house down here. Everything else, I used kind of what I had. I'm trying to think what I used. So these are called for the spools of thread and this little tomato pincushion thing, whatever it's supposed to be. I don't think it's a tomato, just the pincushion. Were, is it wild? Oatmeal. Oatmeal was what it was called for, and it did not show up on my fabric. It was like the exact same color as my fabric. So I used a lighter version of what I used for her dress, for the two of them, and then I believe I used Cinnabar for these two. Cinnabar, I think that's what it was. I And I can't remember the color that I used for her dress. I'll have to look that up and show you or tell you next time. But that's my little finish. If you have not looked at Sub Rosa's patterns, she's got a ton of really good ones on her site. Like I really want almost everything she's got there. And you can download them, so print them off right away and get stitching. So I think this is the only thing. Okay, I'll show you what I've been working on now. That is what that's my only thing that I have finished that I think I haven't showed you before. Oh, I forgot to show you this fabric when I was showing them. So this one was just a light green, and I was gonna do the ones that were, I cannot remember what they're called, the Pineberry Lane St. Patrick's Day ones. And this was like a kind of a minty green, and I thought, well, I'll use that, but I'll over dye it with a light brown. And it still looks kind of purplish, and so I don't think I want to use that. I may go over it with a green dye eventually so that I can and see if it tones down that purpley look. Really, if you have any help ideas with the purpley thing, it is dark brown was what I had used, but it just is so purple to me. Anyway, okay, let me show you the rest of my fully finished things, and then I will tell you about Market. Okay, so I made this. This is the Holiday Hoopla. This is by Brenda Gervais for With Thy Needle, and I finished it in a tart. I had seen a few things finished in tarts, and I thought they were so cute, so I thought I wanted to try it, and these were the perfect ones. I ordered the tart on Amazon, and then I followed Vonna Pfeiffer's tutorial for how to finish in a tart, and it was on her blog, not a video of it. I didn't see a video of it, but I think I love the way it turned out, and it's a fun little finish, and it can set up just on the end here, so it doesn't have to be flat. Anyway, I think it would be fun to do some little ones and kind of figure out how to put a loop behind for the Christmas tree. I think that would be really cute. Not this particular one, but some of them. Okay, I had a couple things that I went and got framed. This is Anna Grader, and I got this one finished at Hobby Lobby, and I had never had anything finished there, but I was looking at frames and the lady came and was talking to me, and so I happened to have it with me and had her give me a quote. This is a little bit of an odd size. I usually only have odd size things framed, and otherwise I just do it myself. So this is what I did. They do frame it there and they lace it. They don't send it out anywhere. I know I've heard that some of the bigger craft stores send theirs to like a central location to have them framed and shipped back. And so anyway, they do not do that. I still wish, I don't know why my red was so much darker than everybody else's I've seen. You can't even really read it unless you're up close, the Anna Grader words. But nothing I can do about it now, but here it is. So Anna Grader. And I also had framed one other, and I had this framed at a different place where I've had more framed. And this is Count Twice Stitch Once by Paulette Stewart for Plum Street. And so I will be putting this in a shelf that is just right past the camera. Anyway, this one was fairly inexpensive to have framed because it's small. A lot of the small things that are odd size are inexpensive. This was 19 something, so just less than 20. I don't know if you can see my sewing bird that's right there. I had that one stitched, or I stitched it and had it finished last year, and I want to say it was like $16 or something to have framed. I can't remember for sure, but not super expensive to just have the little ones framed. So there you go. Okay, Market. This is where things get crazy. Well, let me show you my one thing that doesn't have anything to do with Market that I have left, and then I'll show you the rest of my Market stuff. So I've also, like I said, I'm really into stitching related things. I started working on Sew Sisters. This is also by Paulette Stewart. Here with her tomato pin cushions, and there'll be another little lady over here. This is the beginning, and I've got this lady is the one that you can see. So I started this, and I will be putting this one somewhere in here as well. Yeah, and that's what I've got done on it. Okay, now we'll talk about Market. That's really, I think, the only thing I've been working on, and the one that I just showed you. So, Market Day was Thursday, and I had been watching all the weekend before, saw everything the people were posting from Market. I was so excited to see it, and especially watching for the Blackbird things, because most of the other designers that I was interested in had already done previews for their Market things. So I had my little wish list just waiting for the Blackbirds. So Saturday of Market, my sister-in-law had twins about a month before. And so my mother-in-law and I and another sister-in-law of mine were doing a baby shower for her. And so I was at the baby shower, and I was like, I can't check Market. I've got to, be present and things like that. So, but as soon as it was over, I was looking through, finding all of the Blackbird things that they had posted. So that was exciting. And I was so excited that I had already had the one that Dinah Stitch had last year, that now I just can't remember what it's called. But I don't know why it just left my mind. Anyway, and then I had also purchased before All Joys for Thine. I had purchased this one just before Market. So, and I have not started this. I think I love it, and I'm so excited. It was so fun to have one released just before Market, so to kind of tide us over until they showed the other things. So the things that I were very most excited about were Brenda Gervais things. I saw her the souvenirs of the heart that was fall when she released it in the fall, and I loved it, but I knew I would not have time to stitch it, so I didn't buy it at the time, but I will be buying it this year if I have time. I'm trying not to buy too far ahead of time, because sometimes tastes change and then you don't necessarily want to stitch it anymore, except for the Blackbird. I'm following that law, buy all the Blackbird. So anyway, I bought this little souvenirs of the heart, which is the Star Spangled Spectacular. I think it's so cute with the little quilt there. I was gonna get out. So I started a Baltimore album quilt years ago that I'm hand appliquing. I don't know where it is. It's in this room somewhere. I would grab it if I knew right off where it was. I had totally forgotten about it until we went to paint this room about a month, 6 weeks ago, and I found it all. And I don't know that I'll ever finish it, but I loved this when she showed it. It goes in a little box. Shepherd's Bush actually has the little boxes. I didn't buy it yet because I still have wooden things from last year to put the little trays. There's the Quaker sewing tray and that I bought last year to put my things in, and I haven't stitched that yet either. So I figured I would wait to buy the bulky stuff until later. This can be filed easily with my patterns that I haven't stitched yet. But I love this one. It'll be so much fun to do, and I'm pretty sure I do want to do it in this little box. I just really like it. Anyway, fun 4th of July or any time really. 4th of July sewing room, whatever. I also love, love, love this one. This was probably my favorite of her things that she had this year. I went and bought today the DMC colors. I had the other ones, but they're so pretty. The colors for some of these in here. So it is not a red that's used. It's these kind of salmon-y, it looks like, colors. That's so fun. You could change it to a red one if you wanted. But I just love this, and I'm hoping I can dye some of the fabric and have it turn out the way that I want for this. I bought some tan as well and some yellow to mix. I looked at some of the recipes on on the Ritz site, and hopefully I can get something close to what that is. Okay, then Blackbird. Oh, it's sitting on something that's fully finished that I didn't show you before because I didn't realize it was sitting on it. So I bought my Heart Can Rest. I did not buy the one with the ships or the one, I think it's called Little Birds. The reason I did not buy it was because I don't know that I would ever really stitch it. It is humongous and it's so, so pretty. But I have not finished Merrily, Merrily We Welcome Spring yet, and it has been almost a year and I barely have a start on it. So I decided not to buy it right now, and it may be extinct before I buy it, but who knows. But I did buy this one. This one is not very big. I love the antique that it's based on in the back. The pinks in it are really pretty on here. I don't know what color they are. Oh, there's a Jakey Brown by Color and Cotton. I have a Jake's son. I'm sure he would be thrilled to know that there's and we used to call him Jakey sometimes when he was little. Huh. Anyway, I'm sure he'd be thrilled to know that I have Floss named after him, right? Anyway, so pretty. And I bought this book that I'm sure you guys have seen everywhere. I just love it. I love everything in this. I'm going to go through a couple little things. You've all seen the ones that are on the cover, so I won't show you those. In fact, I was going to grab something. Here, we'll use this to hold up so I don't accidentally show you the other, but I love this little drum. And I love that there's the top of the drum too. I think that's so fun. I've never made a drum before, but I would like to. But I love, love, love it. Is this one on the cover? I don't think so. Okay, there's this one. They're all small projects, which I like because then I can actually get them done in a timely manner. I feel like sometimes with smaller ones, I get, oh, I can't show you that page because there's a little piece of it right there. I feel like with smaller ones, or with bigger ones, I guess I should say, sometimes I start feeling like I'm never gonna finish it, so maybe I should work on something I actually am gonna finish and get back to it, and then I just never do. But I love this one. This is, what is this called? Summer Basket. It's so pretty. And a lot of these use that felt that I was showing you, the felt colored linen. This is one of them that does. Let's see, I'm trying to find the ones that are not on the cover to show you. So this one. And that one's a needle book that I just showed you, but you don't have to do the whole, I don't know if I would do the whole thing that folds over or just the top part. I believe you guys have probably all seen this little pair here. It reminds me of something from the one that I can't remember that was from Dying to Stitch last year, the name of that one. I love it. Some of these have a little piece of the chart on next to the page, and I can't really show it to you. So, big one that I was really excited about. This one isn't on there. Let's see. Okay, I like this one as well. I seriously could do everything in here, and it would be great. Okay, this one. This one I started last night. I love it. And I wasn't sure about it right at first, and now it's my favorite one in there because it was the colors that I wasn't sure about. I don't know what my deal was, but let me show you my little start on it from yesterday. I have two things on here, so. My needle's falling off. Okay. So I started here, this is the Velt, and I've got one little berry basket almost done and bird legs, that's all. Let me show you the little companion piece, and it was the companion piece that got me super excited about it. So it has a different view of that same drum up here, and then this little one right there at the bottom. I love it. And I finished that one. It took me, I could have done it in a day if the news hadn't been making me nuts. But in fact, I had to put it away so that I could just stitch the skirt of the Sew Sister, because I needed to just stitch and pay attention to the news instead of counting things. So this is the other one, and I love it. And it is called something about swallows. Let's see. It's called Gathering Swallows. And it has it finished in the book on the top of a little, the top of a paper mache box, an oval shaped one. But I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do. I was at Hobby Lobby and I saw, it wasn't a paper mache box, it was a wood box, and it was only like $4 or something. I've got to see if I can figure out how to make my template perfectly round, and I didn't have this with me to see if it was the right size. It looked like it would be, but I didn't buy it. Yeah, I'll just have to see, but I love it. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on those two, and then I'll probably start my sock box one if I don't start the sock box one tonight. I feel like with everything that is going on, I'm kind of everywhere with stitching. Yeah, like I said last night, I just needed to stitch as I watched the news, kind of in horror, you know? Anyway, instead of just count out. So we'll see. We'll see where we go with stitching next, right? Okay, let me show you my last little one I forgot to show you with my other finishes. Let's see, was that the last thing I think that was the last one I was gonna show you in here first. Oh, I really love this back one. Okay, now, so this is a Sub Rosa one. I think it's just called St. Patrick's Day. I can't remember. Anyway, this frame is from Hobby Lobby, and it is slightly smaller than the stitch. There is like a branch that has all these coming off of it, all the shamrocks coming off of it, off the side, and it covers that. But I really loved the frame. I may take it out next year because it does look squished, but for now, it's staying in here. So I now have 2 St. Patrick's cross stitches where I had 0 at the beginning of this year. So yay. I think that was the last thing that I have to show you. I hope everybody is staying healthy. I am not super worried about myself getting it, or my husband, or my kids. I am worried about giving it to my parents, or we have quite a few elderly neighbors in our neighborhood. I am a little bit worried about the kids not having school and not getting to do their activities, but we're all in the same boat, so we've got to, you know, make the best of it. I am kind of thankful that we have this extra time with our family. Sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy in all directions. You know, we've got the track team and the bike team and ballet and piano and all of these things with the kids going on, and now it's all canceled. And so we have all of this time that we get to spend together as a family, and I do feel grateful for that part of it. I just hope that they can get it contained soon, or get a vaccination for those who need it the most, and hopefully all of us eventually. Anyway, stay healthy, stay safe, and if you have any tips for dyeing fabric, I would sure appreciate it, because I don't want purple everywhere. Anyway, have a good week. Get a lot of stitching done while you're, I want to say on lockdown, but I guess we're not locked down. Well, we're self-isolating and social isolating, and need to be home. Hopefully we can get projects done. I bought some projects for my kids to do, not cross stitch, but other craft projects, so that while it rains or whatever, we can have something for them to do. Our neighbors gave us a basketball hoop on Saturday, and they're thrilled about that. My kids are. So anyway, I hope that that we can all just make the best out of this situation and know we're all in it together, and everybody's in the same situation or similar situation. And have a good week. Again, my My Instagram is the Silver Scissor Sews, and I'd love for you to join me there. Thanks. Bye.